The Minister of Sports of the Russian Federation Oleg Mediksin commented on the statement of the International Olympic Committee, IOC, about the possible admission of Russian athletes to international competitions. The IOC in its decision speaks about the possibility of admission of athletes, trying to show the flexibility of its position. At the same time, we consider it unacceptable to set special conditions for athletes, which do not correspond to the Olympic Charter, to the principles of equality and justice. No politics can and should not interfere in sport. There is no place for speculation about SSO, said Mediksin. At the European Figure Skating Championships in Espoo, Finland, the women's short program competitions ended. The best result was shown by former Russian skater Anastasia Gubanova, acting for Georgia. Luna Hendricks of Belgium got the second place after she made a mistake on cascade. The third place went to the Swiss skater Kimi Räikkönen. The free skating program will be shown on Saturday, January 28. Anastasia Gubanova commented on her performance in the short program at the European Championships. "I'm rather satisfied with the skating. Yes, there was a problem on rotation, but in general, I made it. To be honest, I was very nervous before the start. The preparation was very hard mentally. I can't say that I was 100% ready for this tournament. But this is my second European Championship, so I somehow found the strength to calm down. I tried to enjoy myself. Together with my coach, we prepared for the competition as usual. Of course, we paid a lot of attention to transitions and jumps. Do I feel like a favorite? Well, I can feel it, but it doesn't bother me," said Gubanova. And the current athletes of Tutberidze's group had the most unlucky day. Daniel Grassel, who moved to Moscow 3 weeks ago, snapped a quadruple Lutz with only 2 twists in the air. According to the rules, such a jump went under full nullification. "It's a long process. I liked working with Atari, and in the future I plan to continue to train with her. Over time it will definitely get results. Training with Tutberidze is hard. She is very demanding, but it motivates me, so that's great. I'm looking forward to getting back on the ice with her and training even more vigorously," Grassel said after the skate. So far, the Italian is in 8th place with a score of 77.03. Nika Agage of Georgia is only 12th. The skater fell off a quadruple loop and a cascade. Instead of a 4-3 turned out to be only 4-2 to 72.96 points. Maurice Kvitlashvili said he is unable to train normally due to ongoing health problems. The athlete is troubled by bone marrow inflammation. In Finland, he didn't manage to make even one jumping element cleanly. 70.55 points, 14th place. It is interesting that Sergei Dudakov and Daniil Glacienhaus, who led their skaters out, did not sit with them in the kiss and grasp while waiting for scores. The singles skater from Georgia was supported by the president of the federation Mariam Georgobiani, and Daniel by ex-partner Nicole Della Monica, who in all likelihood is also present as a functionary. At the same time, a screenshot of the broadcast of Daniel's performance appeared on the internet. It looks like the names of Tutberidze and Glacienhaus were not on the plaque, it was just left blank. After the performance, the figure skater admitted that he faced a lot of hating in his address. "It was very difficult to go out on the ice today because I was getting so many angry messages. I tried to disconnect from it, not to watch anything, because it's painful for me. I will continue to work even harder to find extra motivation," Daniel said. According to the results of the short programs, Xiaohim Fa looks a little more convincing in the fight for the gold of the European Championships. However, the Frenchman's advantage is not so big to relax. In men's single skating, even 10 to 20 points can easily be won back. So in the free skating the struggle will be even more interesting. American figure skater Ilya Malinin talked about his sports plans. "I really want to try to win the national championship in 2023. I already had hopes for that, but last year they were unrealistic. Winning a championship is one of the goals I dream about. One of the aspects I am focusing on this season is artistry. And also changing the programs from last year, to give them more artistic expression and some creativity. I don't think that I have to take first place. I understand that my main goal is to perform cleanly and skate with as much stability as possible. I'm happy and I'm going to really focus in the next years of my training, to get as fit as possible for the Olympics. The next Winter Games will take place in 2026 in Milan and Cortina d'Ampezzo. I will try to show a really good skating there, but I think it's also important not to get too ahead of myself, said Malinin. The Olympic Council of Asia, OCA, invited Russia and Belarus to participate in the Asian Games. The Olympic Council of Asia joins the Olympic movement in supporting the International Olympic Committee, IOC, Executive Committee's statement of solidarity on sanctions against Russia and Belarus and the status of athletes from those countries. The OSA believes in the unifying power of sport and that all athletes, regardless of nationality or passport, should be able to compete in sporting events. The OSA has offered Russian and Belarusian athletes the opportunity to compete in Asia, including the Asian Games. The OCA remains on hold while the International Olympic Committee, IOC, together with the international federations, continues to explore ways for Russian and Belarusian athletes to return to competition under strict conditions, the Asian organization said in a statement. Earlier, the IOC said it would consider the admission of Russians and Belarusians in neutral status. The next Asian Games will be held from September 23 to October 8 in Hangzhou, China. Dmitry Svishchev, chairman of the State Duma Committee on Physical Culture and Sports, assessed the decision of the Olympic Council of Asia, OCA, to invite Russian athletes to participate in the Asian competitions. The invitation of our colleagues from the OSA and the sports community should be taken positively, with gratitude. But it is important not to hurry here. It is necessary to consult the Russian Olympic Committee, ROC, and the Ministry of Sports together with the national sports federations and make the right decision. Let's hope that our sports managers will make the right decision. We need to see what the participation in Asian competitions gives us, Svishchev said. Commentator Dmitry Guberniev also commented on the Asian Olympic Committee's statement. Without a doubt, the proposal is interesting. But we have to see if it means that we will forget about the European institutions. The competition would be very interesting. The main thing is not to be fooled. It was proposed, and would countries want us to take part there? But the idea is interesting. Our athletes, along with China and Japan, will make the Asian Games more and more attractive. It will be a good story. But we have to think and weigh it up, said Guberniev. The Figure Skating Federation of Canada, Skate Canada, spoke about the situation with the change of sports citizenship of the Russian Alena Kostornaya. Alena Kostornaya has not been released by the Russian Figure Skating Federation, TASS quoted a representative of Skate Canada as saying. Alexei Vasilevsky, Kostornaya's coach, said in the summer of 2022 that the 15-year-old figure skater had submitted documents to the FFKKR to transfer to the Canadian national team. The Muscovite won the tournament in Burnaby, Canada, in late August 2022. Kostornaya is also a bronze medalist of the Russian Junior Cup 2021.